It is one of the world's most deadly diseases and also one of the most difficult to contain.
And now U.S. researchers say they may have developed a 100% effective vaccine to stop malaria. Malaria is an often fatal disease passed to humans by mosquitoes. Half the world's population lives in malarial regions. The WHO says in 2010, more than 200 million people were infected and more than 600,000 died, mostly in sub-Saharan Africa. Right now, there is no effective vaccine, but U.S. researchers say their vaccine, made from irradiated malaria parasites, was 100% effective in a very small clinical test. The new research was done by the National Institutes of Health as well as the U.S. Army and Navy. They now plan to test it on a large scale, beginning in Tanzania. Another group trying to combat malaria is taking a different approach. If you can't fight them, fool them. This is the kite patch. Its developers say if you wear one on your clothes, it makes you invisible to mosquitoes. Now, that approach is certainly unique, and so is the way the developers are trying to raise money for field tests. They're crowdsourcing donations online. Gray Franson is the developer's marketing director, and he joins us now from Los Angeles. So, Gray, I understand you're actually wearing one of these kite patches, so tell us how it works.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having us on. We're very, very privileged, and on behalf of our entire team that it takes to put something like this together, we're very excited. The kite patch is a very simple concept. We have put into a small 1.5 by 1.5 inch sticker our proprietary compounds developed over a number of years that actually make make humans invisible to mosquitoes.
So you've tested this patch in the lab, and now you're going to do some field testing.
Yes. In fact, just in the segment I was listening to right before you came to me, you mentioned and talked about the vaccine. You know, up until this point, there are really only two options on the market today as it relates to combating malaria, which is a disease we know how to stop. And the two options are this: effective and toxic options, or ineffective, natural, or no options whatsoever. So the kite patch itself is something we've designed or engineered from the ground up, starting with the requirements of what people who live in malaria-affected or dengue, yellow fever, etc. Areas, what they need, how they're going to use it, can they afford it. So we have a product, frankly, that is robust, lightweight, flexible, and delivers a non-toxic solution, not in 3 to 5 years, not in 7 to 9 years, but next year.
So what is it about these chemical compounds on that sticker that make the mosquitoes go away?
Sure. You know, starting with university research at the University of California, Riverside, our company, i.e. Crowd, which is a company that builds products like this to save lives and to impact the lives of hundreds of millions of people. You know, we took a concept that had been discovered, that there are a series of non-toxic compounds that exist that actually block or inhibit a mosquito's ability to detect CO2. If you put 1 and 1 together, in this case, you get 11. If we can now, with our advanced scientific developments, if we can literally introduce these compounds to where a mosquito is, we can transform a mosquito hunting us into a mosquito that has no idea we exist. And that is a strategy that is scalable, that is affordable, easy to use, and at this point in our research and our development, works across all species.
Wow, well, I certainly would want one because I am a mosquito magnet. So if I were to wear one, how long does it last? And you said next year these will be available. How much will they be?
Sure. Well, first of all, we'll be sure to send you a couple for testing wherever you are as a thanks for this interview. But this is what we're doing. Right now, kitepatch.com is where people can go and read all about our research, about the team that's put this together, about IE Crowd, and about our Indiegogo campaign, which today still is raising money. In fact, we have almost 9,000 backers financially, all of whom who have taken a small part of their day to help us transform this into something that we can test in the field. To your question more specifically, we want to take this to Uganda in the next 6 months with a first run. And at that point, we'll be testing it in every conceivable condition possible, bring home the results, finalize that for the optimized versions of the kite patch, and begin global distribution. And we're exceptionally excited about that. I anticipate, and we're really working hard to make that happen in about 12 to 14 months.